Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday, chat. Hope you guys are doing super good today, or happy Monday if you're already starting your week. Hello, one and all. Hope you had a good week without me and a good weekend. We, of course, are going to pick right back up where we left off by automating our friendly neighborhood DCX. That's what we're going to end up doing. I think from where we left off, we should have most of it pretty much set and ready to go for expanding the envelope and then starting to work on actual automated landing. That's where I'd like to get tonight, chat. Can we make it go up, maybe belly flop, and have it come back down and land? That would be most excellent. What's up, Fragile? How are you doing? Best dream scare so far? There you go. There you go. Yeah, thanks. You exist, the quantum waveform has collapsed. Well, yeah, that's generally how it works, I suppose. Just causing mayhem, you know. But anyway, so we have our DCX, and I may have in the moment here before stream done something I shouldn't have, and it worked out surprisingly easily, might I add. Yeah, it was a very easy transition. Very easy. We already had the truck all set up and ready to go. All I did was put the docking port on the DCX, and there you go. We're done. We have our transport system. We do have some testing to do. This is career mode, as you all know, and we've been kind of skirting around the rules as we've been working on our landing. As we've been working on our automated ascent and landing Python code. Looks very stable indeed. It actually isn't that bad. I mean, if we look at the CG here, the CG is not terribly high. I mean, it's definitely, you know, a little bit higher than the width than the base is, but not by a lot. I mean, we're not going to be going fast, okay? We're not going to be taking this off-road, but I am excited to see if this actually works how it should work. You know, I actually probably should, before I do anything, and make sure this stuff actually aligns, question mark. That might be good. So that's a target angle 20, and I feel like sag is going to make this hit this anyways, so yeah, I'm not going to worry about that so much. This should all be set to same vessel, as should this plate here be set to same vessel, so it should rest nicely. I think I also want these to be on same vessel interaction, the two docking ports, so that way the docking ports don't like fuse together. Well, not fuse together, basically go through each other, right? Because it'll sag here at the base too, so don't really want that either. Make sure that this is auto strutted. Good. Oh, that's the thing I was doing. I wanted to see, how is this actually going to work at 90? Is it actually going to work? That would be great to know. Go ahead and start extended. Not bad, actually. There's going to be sag, though, that we can't really account for, but yeah. Traverse rate should be fine. Damping, I want there to be some damping, so that way it doesn't just lift the entire truck, it actually has some give in it. And what's the actual target extension? Oh! Nope. No. No, that should be fine. That would still lift the back of the truck up. I don't want that either. 4 seems good, because there's going to be sag in the suspension. Yeah, that seems... Let's make it an even 4. There we go. Let's do that. Yeah. That seems doable. Should you give it training wheels? I don't think I want to without reason. There might be good reason, but until we test it, I'm going to say there's no reason to do that. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Well, deploy shielded, that... I don't think we've ever had a problem with that being shielded because, yeah, okay, we should be fine. But start retracted. Why is that part not in symmetry with the rest of the parts? Wait, is that one just been removed from symmetry? Oh, wonderful. Well, that doesn't make anything complicated. Absolutely not. Anyways, you know what? That's gonna bug me. So can I actually take... Oh, you know what? I need to make that change in the root part. So yeah, let's save and continue so we can save the stuff on the truck. I foresee Clarkson and the Reliant type issues in your future. Well, thank you for that vote of confidence. I appreciate it. Thank you as always. Mods always have fantastic outlooks and perspectives on my capabilities. Never second guessing. So that's good. Start retracted. Okay, so that's all in symmetry. So that's good. One thing I did want to do is make this same vessel interaction. That should be fine. And then this is also still auto-strutted. Good. Good. Should be all right. All right, let's go ahead and load the truck back in. We'll put in this DCX and we'll see if that fixes the symmetry issues that we were having. Load that back. Good. Yes. Excellent. Wonderful. So we will take you off. Let's go ahead and save that again. Let's go ahead and open up the DCX R2 revision 2. Yep. Merge craft file. Excellent. Wonderful. Make this the root node. Yep. And is there a spot that I can put it without having to change anything? Yes, there is. Is there an easier spot to put that where I can easily pick it up again? Maybe? Yes, there is. Good. So we put it there so that way the struts run appropriately. At least they should. And then I want it to be, yes, like so. And will this grab it by the angle that I want it to? Yes, it will. Look at that. Easy peasy, chat. And start retracted. Heck yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and save that as is. This should all be empty? Question mark? What about the fuel inside here? Is fuel inside here empty? It is. Good. So all of that should be empty. Let's go ahead and save that. Let's go ahead and dare we put a Kerbal inside of it. Artie, nope. Artie, you're not the guy. You're our dedicated refueler. Someone G looks like he wants to test ride in a contraption. That's the word I'm looking for. Contraption. Yep. Just a contraption. That's all. Launch it. Let's see how it goes. All right. We have our DCX vehicle. I am going to turn these off before we topple over. That sounds like a great idea. Yep. That should be noted. Yeah, early access, not pre-alpha. It's alpha early access. There you go. Doing good, Space On. We shall. We are going to be doing some Python coding here momentarily and flying this rocket autonomously if it doesn't flip over here. And so far, so good. A little bit weeble wobbly, but that I think is to be expected, question mark. I think we're okay. Let's get over here away from all this tall grass into this little patch so I can actually see what we're doing. Actually, I like this patch better. You know, looks like a little bit of a launch path here. Yeah. Less things to catch on fire when we ignite the engines. Not that we're going to ignite the engines anytime soon because we are still connected to the truck, but you never know. All right, coming to a halt here. Let's go ahead and lay these down. Also, that does not seem great. Spring strength higher? Spring strength higher. Spring strength higher? Spring strength higher. Yeah, okay. That seems okay. Wheel stress anywhere? Wheel stress at 0.7, 0.4, 0.2, and 0.3. Okay, that seems doable. Seems manageable so far. And we want to increase this until we get it touching the ground and just starting to lift up. Yes, good. Wonderful. Actually, I think that damping is actually what's helping us out. Yeah, that's actually really good. The damping is perfect. Okay. Well, hopefully that isn't too much damping, because when I lift this, I don't want the thing to topple over. But anyways, Let's go ahead. Traverse rate is very, very slow. Excellent. Let's go ahead and bring it out to probably somewhere like 77. We'll drop the landing gear and then drop it the rest of the way. The rocket cart, exactly. Very rocket cart-esque. Is the grip pad not on the same vessel interaction? I don't know that it is, actually. Oh, it is. Is this on same vessel? This might not be same vessel. No, it is. Okay, yeah. So yes, they are. They are all on same vessel interaction with, I believe, the tank here. Yeah. Or, sorry, not the tank. The, yeah. The quad part. The quad coupler. All right, so far pretty stable. That's a positive. SpaceX does it, so you'll be fine. Probably true. Are we compressing this down? Oh, we are definitely compressing that down, aren't we, chat? Look at that. We started off at 0.32. Uh-oh. That's fine. This is fine. Let's give it less damping, perhaps. Maybe no damping, question mark? No damping. Yeah, damping, maybe a very tiny amount of damping. Maybe 15 damping might be okay. Yeah, 15 damping seems to be good. Huh. Okay. Let us gear down. All right. God, please do not crack a strike. I don't know if my heart can take that right now. Oh yeah, that's actually a perfect amount of damping, it seems. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's increase that traverse rate a little bit, and let's drop it. There we go, the rest of the way. So now it's on the ground, actually. And, undock? Wow. Well, that was oddly satisfying. Yeah, alright. That was pretty good, if I do say so. Can I go forward? There we go. And we're out. How about that? Well, now the moment of truth is, let's get us out of position and see if we can't pick it back up, right? Alright, so we know we have to pick it up from this side. I'm going to get completely out of position. There we go. And yeah, let's see if we can't actually wrangle this. Okay, let's go ahead and drop this down a little bit. Hardest part's probably going to be actually lining up, but that's okay. I could also enable the back wheel steering if I need to, which it might need to. At least I need to straighten myself out. Okay, drop that down like so. Seems doable. All right. All right, that seems pretty good. All right, so in order to pick this up, we're gonna have to, I'm wondering if this is gonna crack and strike. I don't know entirely, chat, but actually I don't know that I need to do that necessarily. Might be able to pick it up a little bit. Yeah, and angle it like that. Yeah. The 90. Because if that's set to 90, then that should be basically aligned, right? Like a big L-shaped weenie, you know? And we should be able to just, I think, dock, maybe? Okay, we're fine. Everything is fine. Yes, that did in fact work. Oh, that actually worked. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I don't need you right now. Let's put you down to, like, say 30, 40. I think you were all the way set, right? Yeah, 40 should be fine. Okay. That's set to 90. Awesome. And let's pick it up to 77 again. And we can retract the landing gear. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should retract the landing gear before I actually start lifting it, huh? Maybe that would probably be maybe a good thing. Not sure entirely, but yeah. Okay, it's fine. Totally okay. Totally not worried about it. There we go. Where's our center of mass? Center of mass is perfect. Look at that. That's why we have that right there, because center of mass is right over the back wheel. Back wheel's carrying all the stress right now. Well, actually, this is technically, but yeah. Not bad. Look at that, chat. It's actually, it's actually working. All right. Nice. Well, can't say I'm upset about that. And Thomas, you were worried about stability, please. Please. If I wanted to, I could actually probably move this slightly farther back, but it's actually not bad the way it is right now, just saying. Yeah, really not actually that bad the way it is. It seems to be laterally stable enough. It's just, along this direction, axially, it's a little iffy? Might be a good way to describe it, a little iffy. Yeah, little bit. Yo, what's up, Captain Failure? How are you? All right, let's now bring these up. Put it down on the gear, yeah. Nice, that's actually not a bad spot for the center of mass. Over the back wheels, for sure. And I'm controlling from the wrong spot. Control from here, thank you. And let's drive it around and see how stable and or unstable it is. I mean, we're not gonna probably go more than 10 meters per second, right? That seems probably like a good minimum, or maximum rather. Actually, this thing can corner pretty well. Yeah, not actually that bad. Taking hills like a champ, actually. Totally able to drive sideways with it, that's good. And I can corner with it on the hill like this as well. I can go over the bump as well. This is actually pretty good. I was about to say pretty bad. No, this is actually pretty good. Yeah, thanks, man. All is good. Oh, we're approaching maximum speed. Actually, at 15, it seems to be pretty stable. Rolling around a little bit there. So yeah, let's not go over 10 meters per second. Probably might be a good maximum. Get a rocket speed boost. I mean, we could definitely turn on infinite propellant. Actually, it does have a short amount of propellant. Is that because it's got fuel in here? Where is that fuel? Oh, that's right. The fuel's coming from, yeah, inside. Because we use fuel cells to generate electrical charge. So that's where the fuel is right now. It's actually not that bad, as you can see. It's actually doing pretty good. I'm actually quite pleased with this. The little flat movements, I know, right? A little bit. Indeed. Okay. Well, I like this, I think. Yeah. Okay. It's actually fairly stable, I say, as I probably roll over. But yeah, no, actually, it's actually quite stable. I'm happy about it. I'm happy. I'm pleased that this worked so well the first time. Let's drag it back to the end of the runway again, and then we'll get a refueling truck out here, refuel it, and start testing where we left off with our code. How's that sound? Soviet mobile rocket launcher. Yes, colorized, except with a manned spacecraft, DCX, that was built by Lockheed in the 90s. So, was it Lockheed, Northrop Grumman? I think it was Northrop Grumman. Is your launch code for this fully formula-based or PID controllers? Not fully formula-based. Some of it is PID. Formula is used to calculate what the PIDs use. Does that make sense? Like the formula calculates the input that the PID then takes to track a target. Right, so formula, so you have guidance, navigation, and control, right? GNC. Your guidance is essentially the formulas that tell you how to get from point A to point B. Navigation takes that trajectory and converts it into inputs for the control. Basically, it tells the control system how to do said point A to point B conversion. and then your control is the actual thing that takes the commands from the navigation and spits out controls for your actuators. So yeah, that's the whole GNC. Guidance tells you how to get from where you are to where you want to be. Navigation takes that goal and converts it into actual commands, and then your control system executes those commands. I think that's probably a good way to split that up. Did somebody say DCX? Mama. No, that's actually a brilliant. Oh, it was McDonnell Douglas. That's who it was. McDonnell Douglas, indeed. It was McDonnell Douglas. Man, that is brilliant looking. Without the, yeah, it doesn't have the engines in it. The RD1, not RD180s. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this guy, DCX, McDonnell Douglas. That's what it was. Skirt, skirt. Yeah, the RL10s aren't in that picture though. So where can I put this thing to where it is not actually on the runway? Does this part here count as the runway? No, right? Because it spits me out over here, so I should be able to go backwards and be okay, right? It really took great shape on this? Yeah, it did. It really did. It comes together. So we have the actual, like... Yeah, the taper all the way down. And then, of course, the fairing I had to make wider here after we were having those lift error, or not lift errors, but the problems with the body lift from the fairing, so I had to make it into 2 fairings instead, which was kind of a pain, but we got it worked out finally. What's up, Luiso? How are you? And a few cascading ones? Yeah. We have cascading PIDs for our altitude control. Yeah. Otherwise, as you said, yes. Otherwise, just standard PIDs to track pitch or whatever we actually want. All right, let's go ahead and see. Must be on planet soil to not count as landed on KSC. All right, well, let's leave this here for the moment and test that before we get into everything, because if not, if it doesn't work out, then I'm just gonna have to move everything over and blah 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 blah. So yeah, fair enough. Okay, so then we should have refueling HUV. Yeah, this one is the one I want. You know, I haven't tested this, but hopefully this works. I haven't actually tested this to see if it'll line up. Well, it does have its own jack, so it might be okay. Was past Rocket Guy smart enough to make this usable for this vehicle modular because it has its own ride height adjustment? We shall see. RDM and launch. Yeah, runway not clear. Okay. Clear the runway and proceed, recover. Yeah, go to DCX on runway. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Yeah, to remember where we are at. Ah, okay. Well, that's good. That's because that's the root node. Wait, did the Kerbal die already? Did the Kerbal die? Or did the Kerbal make it? So, that was weird. Huh. He's alive! Ah! He's okay! Chat, he's okay. So why did that happen? Was that because this was the root node? This was probably the root node, right? How we're gonna break KSP2? Indeed. Look at him, he's just dusting himself off like, nah, it was fine. Okay. Right. Good. Well, I guess I'll have to make this not the root node. Not the control point anyways. That deserves another test. Let's go ahead and indeed recover. That deserves another test, chat. Can I change the vessel naming convention to not require to not have the DCX be the control point? That is worth a test. That is very much worth a test. We'll see. Okay, go back. And ooh, yeah. Let's just go ahead. Someone G, you okay? You okay, buddy? Yeah, well that's good. You had a time, huh? It's okay, buddy. You'll be fine. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's rough out here, huh? Okay, there we go. Why does that happen when it spawns in, though? Okay, let's change that real quick and test it again. That's so odd. It made the truck clip into the ground. Just another way that the unreliability of robotic parts sticks its ugly head in sometimes, chat. D6 transport load. All right, wonderful. This vessel naming. Figure vessel naming. It's a ship set to 20. I wanted to set to 20. Set to 1 and let it be a probe core. That should be the lowest, right? It's probe and then relay. That should be the lowest that it ever is, except the craft will be named DCX. Does that mean that because this does not have a control point? I did not put a control point into this. Okay. Gotcha. Got yeah. Well, in that case, let's fix that. Right, meow. We'll put it kind of nearest the back a little bit as well. And how about these? Can these move back any? Oh, they totally could. Let me also do that maybe. Yeah. Now let's move this in line with that. Oh, nice. Yes, very good. Yes, wonderful. Are these auto-strutted? I don't think they are. No, they are not. How dare I? Sure. And then this guy in here. Yeah, this one. Part. Configure vessel naming. HUV DCX transport should be set to that, and it should be a rover, which should be pretty high on the hierarchy. Except, there we go. Now that should hopefully be always the root node. We shall see if that actually works. That should be okay now. Let's make sure there's no crew on board. Okay, good. Now let's get someone G out. Take him, put him back there. Go ahead and save this once more and launch. Alrighty then, let's hit the brakes. And why do you default to that, man? How are you defaulting to that? I swear. Or are you? You are. How are you defaulting to that though? I don't understand. Priority 20 HEV DCX transport. This is called a. Is it because it's the root node? Do I have that as a root node on my other? No, I don't. Maybe I need to make this the root node on this craft file. Maybe that's what I need to do. Because like that is not okay. Control from here. Yeah, see, that controls from there. Oh, boy. Well, you know what? I'm going to F5. I shouldn't have put someone G in here now that we actually have the ability to control this. But anyways, that is now F5. We are going to now go back to Space Center, reload, and see if it does the same thing. Oh, hello. So that worked. Wonderful. Oh, why are we... Really? I have the rover backwards. Forward is backward and backwards is forwards. That's a pain. All right, I just need to spin that around. So revert back to space planer. We'll rotate it, put it back out on the pad. We'll F5 again, then we'll mosey on off the pad and get it fueled. That is what we shall do, chat. And then hopefully fly this thing. All right, get that going. Move around to like that. Is that squared? It most certainly is. We'll move it forward a little bit. Yep, so right there within the batteries, I suppose. Should be fine. Yep, looks good. Okay. Also, spring strength should be pretty much maxed, I think, on the back wheel. Or maybe mostly maxed on both, question mark, something like that. Oh yeah, and steering disabled on both of them as well. Okay. Now save, okay? Now save. And I guess while we're at it, we could, just for simplicity, make that the root node. Right? Just, why not? Okay. Get someone G in there again. Someone G's already there. Save it and launch it. What is your favorite potato-based dish? Ooh, potato-based dish. There's dumplings, which are technically potato-based, right? Like, you can have potato dumplings, which are pretty great. Question. My favorite one? There's, of course, French fries, but I feel like, you know, as great as French fries are, they're a little bit basic in my opinion as well. Favorite potato-based dish? That's a tough one. I don't know. There's so many good ways to prepare it. Whether it's like, you know, just seasoned like quarters. There's purple potatoes, which are pretty good. Mashed potatoes. Like, I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't know if I can give you a favorite, to be completely honest with you. What is your, how about spinning around? What's your favorite? Your favorite potato-based dish? Throwing it right back. All right, so let's go ahead and F5 again now that we moved it off. We're gonna get the refueling truck out here as well, and then we'll go from there. Because I also want to test to see if it'll do the whole explodey thing. Hey, look, it didn't explode, chat. How about that? That's a fascinating refueling truck. Thank you. It does the job. So he's gonna park over here because we're gonna have to back up to the same refueling port, right? The connection point is also the refueling valve, so we'll jive with that here. Okay, let's go ahead and verticate. So target extension all the way down with a damping of approximately 15, we said. That should be good. All right, and I think we are cleared to go to 75. 76 should be fine. Exactly, Z. All right, moving on up, chat. Moving on up. This might be an okay spot to do it. Just go ahead and do it. Yep, there we go. And continue down to 90. And we might be able to... let's not drop that yet. I don't think we need to. And we'll bring that up to 5, I think. Craving hot chocolate? That does sound pretty good. I was even thinking about making some coffee, but I think it's a little too late for coffee. And I did already have 3 cups of coffee today, so that, you know, might need to hold off and drink more water. All right, we're set to 90. Yep, waiter on the gear. And let's now drop this. Weight is entirely off. And undock. Excellent. Bring that up. And drive away. Heck yeah. Sounds good, Forza. Well, enjoy, Arnok, enjoy. Is this the finale, by the way, of HOTD? I assume it is. It's gotta be close. Haven't really been keeping up with it at all, but... All right, so we're gonna back up, hopefully grab and nab that refueling valve right there that we used to actually lift the thing up as well. But we'll see, I suppose. That would be pretty great if we could do so. Hit the brakes. All right, cool. So how are we going to stack up? Actually, not bad. I think this should have enough reach. All right, well, let's hope that this thing doesn't explode by doing this. Oh, that was a good boop. Successful boop. All right, good. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like I said, let's just hope this doesn't explode, question mark. Yes, it does have enough reach. It does, chat, it does, it actually does. Is that gonna work? Is that gonna be able to work? Can I just, boop? It wants to. I know it wants to, are we just not aligned? Oh, there it goes. Ah! Oh, good. Well, that doesn't seem weird at all. Is that maxed out? It is not maxed out. It is actually not. So that's good. Past rocket guy was actually correct. I guess is what we can grab out of that. Wonderful. So yeah, let's start filling this thing. Top tank first. I don't know. I should probably F5 before something bad happens. Just saying. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do that real quick. Let's F5. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. All right, are we gonna have enough fuel in this one? Probably not in this one. No, not in this one, but we will definitely have enough fuel overall. Just wondering how many tanks I am going to need. Yeah. All right, dangerous part coming up. Fast forward. Seems good. Stop. Actually very good. Heck yeah. Okay, and it actually got me 100% all around. Awesome. There we go. Beautiful. So now let's get this one here to fill up this one and this one. And also this one. Out, out. And fast forward again. Cool. Let's take this one to fill up the last one over here, as well as the tank down here in between all of them. There it is. Oh, that's already full. It's already full, chat. Oops. Okay. Oh. Probably not great that I drained so much out of this then, but that's fine. And F5 once again, in case there's a Kraken strike, and undock. Ow! Oh yeah, I should probably. Okay, well that's fair. All right, let's take you down. Brakes off, and away we go. Well, how easy was that, chat? This thing is now ready to take off. All right, let's move these guys on the other side of the runway here. I think, you know, use the runway as a bunker to some degree, actually. Yeah. All right, excellent. Are we touching the ground? No, we are not. That's perfect. Okay, let's, yeah. Seems okay. Let's go ahead and F5 from this point. Let's make sure we're controlling from the right spot to start from. Control from here. Good. We are set to DCX. Configure vessel naming set to this and base. Accept. Good. Okay. Always added powder milk. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. If you have more than one docking port, docking to the fuel tank's transfer, does it transfer faster? It does not. No, it does not. Not to my knowledge. No, I'm pretty sure no. Okay. So yeah, here we go. This is DCX simple test. This is correct. So where we left off. So for those of you that might be new to the stream, first off, hi. We are going to be launching this little guy. Using some Python code. Nope, I don't want cheats. I want physics, arrow GUI data. Good. We wrote some Python code for some guidance, navigation, and control. And we're going to try to automate it, doing a simple test here. Doing a very, very simple test, chat. Okay. I actually don't need these. I actually don't even need that, technically speaking, but that's fine. So, okay. Trying to remember where we left off, right? So we have our launch countdown only set to 1 second. That's fine. Activate next stage, autopilot engage, tune it, throttle limit, utils. So we are basically going full throttle here. Let's cut that back. Let's cut that to maybe 1.5 since we're just doing a little hop test, right? We sleep for a second, we action group, toggle action group 1. I don't know if that's actually necessary here, but I'm pretty sure that's to enable the RCS control, but it should be okay. Because I'm pretty sure we do that later, don't we? Yeah, we make sure that the thrusters are turned on here. So, yeah, we should be okay. Okay, that's fine as well. Okay. We have target altitude. No, that should be set to maybe, let's go 5. Yeah. So that should be 5 kilometers, by the way. This should be kilometers. Actually, is that meters? I think that actually might be meters. Yeah. Pretty sure that's meters, actually. Yeah, so I had it set to 10,000 meters plus. So telemetry.appwaxis gets the current at this step in the code, the very current apoapsis, which basically accounts for our height above sea level, which is 67 meters. That's all that we have there. That's fine. Our target pitch is 90. That should be fine for this. When we start going higher and expanding our flight envelope, we might have to change this to like 89. So we do a very, very slight pitch to account for Kerbin's rotation. But that remains to be seen. Keep our same roll. That should be fine. All right, then we shut down and then we basically wait while our surface altitude is less than our target altitude, which we set to 500 meters or whatever. Let's actually make this maybe 5,000. 5,000, maybe 1,000? 1,000 seems good, yeah? Yeah. Let's do that. We calculate and account for our drag. We have a scaling factor here because apparently it's never just the absolute drag. We'd actually have to integrate our equations of motion and estimate it like that. But anyways, that's fine. All right, so then we coast until our surface altitude. So while surface altitude is less than target altitude and our vertical velocity is greater than 10, we do nothing. I probably need a break in here just in case there's like an edge case. Like if our vertical velocity, no, this is while our vertical velocity is greater than 10, so that should work. So whenever it goes less than 10, especially negative, meaning we're falling, then this will break and we will go from there. So that's fine. That should be okay, I think. So we're basically coasting up to apoapsis at this point is pretty much what this is doing, but also accounting for a vertical velocity. No, it is tank size. Yeah, Coalfoot is correct there. Well, actually, it's not only tank size. So long as tanks are of the same size, I believe they transfer fuel the fastest. If you go from a larger tank to a smaller tank, it will actually go slower. Or maybe everything is based off tank size. So the smaller tank is what limits the transfer. So like if you have Oscar Bs, they obviously have the smaller or the lower fuel transfer rate. And so even if you have a very, very large tank going to like an Oscar B, the Oscar B tank's fuel transfer is what limits it. I don't know. I just know that if you have a very large tank and a very small tank, it takes a very long time to transfer fuel that way. So I'm not sure if there's like diminishing returns on that. And so I know that if you have the same tanks, right, same size tanks, they transfer like instantly. They transfer very quickly. I don't know if it scales exactly based on fuel size or tank size. But I do know it is based on tank size. All right, so then from there, throttle from TWR. So we have a minimum TWR set at this point, which right now we call 0. Because we're coasting. So I'd say utils, let's make this like 0.1, just so that way the engines never shut off, right? That seems okay. Well, we'll see how that actually calculates out. Okay, so now we have a vertical velocity controller set up from here. I don't think we need this printed anymore. We have our vertical velocity target set to 0.02 meters per second. We have an altitude controller as well, set to here. Yes. And we do also have this low pass filter, but I don't think we ever use the low pass filter, do we? No, that's old, but fair enough. We enable RCS to make sure we have that on. So then we enter mode 1. We set up our throttle and altitude and vertical velocity data streams for plotting. So then we go into mode 1. Mode 1 is hover at target altitude. So we have a vertical set point being controlled by our PID for altitude control. So this is what we were talking about earlier, cascading PIDs, right? And so then we have our set point for our vertical velocity controller equal to the output of that altitude controller. Okay. Very good. Pitch and heading. Pitch, heading, steering, calculate pitch and roll. I don't think that actually does what we want it to do, so I'm just going to delete that. Pretty sure what we did last time, that doesn't actually work, unfortunately. Yeah, it does not. We're trying to calculate the difference in reference frame, but that doesn't actually do anything. Okay. That's fine. Basically enter 2, enter 3. Once we're in 3, landing gate. We enter our landing gate. Okay. So mode 2, huh? Posture check. All right, I got you. Thank you. So maybe I want it to be another while loop here if we're descending. I don't want it to just start descending, right? Because if we start just descending, then we're never going to get down on the ground if we go up to 5,000 or 1,000 meters, because we're descending at like 5 meters per second, I think. So I think our mode 2 here should be while tilim dot surface altitude is less than, or no, I'm sorry, if surface altitude is less than, say, 100 meters. Right? Actually, I wonder if we can bring in what we were doing beforehand. Let's actually do that here. Yeah, why not, right? Let's actually bring it in. So from DCX hop, we had in our flight mode controller here, the descent. This right here. I want this right here. I essentially want this right there. So we'll bring that over for now. So we calculate our landing burn from this point, and then, yep, I don't need you anymore. So if t.vessel.available thrust and burn flag is false, if t is greater than that and burn flag is false, set that. Okay, so we're going to need a burn flag again. We do have that. Excellent. Burn flag is true. Probably don't need you so much anymore. And actually, if we just did that, we can go to 3, right? No, we should not go to 3, actually. Not yet. When do we go to 3 here? We go to 3 if telemetry, vertical velocity, and vertical velocity less than 0. No, that's not it yet. Surface altitude is less than... Yeah, so that's when we have our... If our surface altitude is less than something. Use function animate to make live plots. Want to have multiple plots in the same figs, but it turns into a big ball of mud since everything needs to go into a single animate function. That's what I was playing around with as well, and I couldn't get it to work out nicely to use like the animate function in matplotlib. So I just log everything later. Because I was trying to figure out how do you do it in real time, because I couldn't find like any examples and when we were looking at it on how to use the animate function for plotting individual data points as it's running within a while loop. Like I found plenty of ways to like make something that if you already have it logged right in like a massive array, then you can plot those individual data points and make that animate. But I've never been able, I couldn't find any examples that allowed you to do. Yeah. All right, so this is where we can have that. So now if talim dot surface altitude is less than, say, 100 meters, or if talim dot vertical velocity is greater than, say, -5, or maybe -10, so there's a clear switch over. Mode equals 3, so now we get out of that and we do landing gate. Yeah, cool. I think that's okay. I think we're okay here. So where's that error? I clearly have an error here. Of course, syntax. Yeah, I think we should be good. Okay, you know what? Chat, let's go ahead and F5 for safety so we can actually revert from here while we test. And what do you guys say we get a launch in? How about that, yeah? Are we ready? I have no idea what's going to happen. Probably going to explode. This is probably not going to work the first time, but hey, that's why we test, chat. Anyways, let's go ahead and run it, yeah? Any second now. Up there it goes. Calculate launch azimuth. There we go. Okay. I should have my gear retract. That would probably be good if I had my gear retract, yeah? Just saying. So we should be going up to 1,000. Okay. Seems doable. 1,000 on surface altitude. There we go. We should now be trying to track roughly 1,000 meters per second here. No, I'm sorry, not 1,000 meters per second, 1,000 meters altitude. So it's actually not bad. Pretty stable, but we definitely have an error. Our climb rate, although dropping, is not dropping very quickly. There we go. Okay. Quite stable. Of course, we're moving, directly towards the trucks. That's great. So it should be hovering here for about 40 seconds. So when the engines shut off, we should start. Oh, there we go. Up current mode 3. Did I not have it set in a while loop? That may have been the problem. Or I had it set in the incorrect while loop. Yeah, so now we are descending, but I don't think we're going to descend fast enough before we run out of fuel, but we'll see. We shall see. What's up, Mokum? How are you? Hey, no explosions, so that's good. That is most definitely good. Yours pretty slow, indeed. I don't know what the rate is for Delta V. I need to actually check that and make sure it's working. But hey, look at that. Our climb rate is pretty much at -5, which is exactly where we want it. All right, like I said, I don't know if we're gonna descend from this altitude fast enough, but hey, we're definitely trying. Very stable. There we go. That should be, we're about a 1 meter per second drop down rate, or lateral velocity. I should be able to, yeah, fix that here. There we go. Now we're descending almost perfectly down. So yeah, part of it is working. Very stable, which is nice. Hey, greenish with the 6-9. So why did it not enter mode 2? It entered mode 2. Did it not calculate the landing burn correctly? I wonder. And then if altitude is less than 100. It was definitely not less than 100, that's for sure. Oh, is that why? Yeah. Because of this. So I think we were still going up. So our vertical velocity was already greater than -10 at that point. When it switched over, right? Because we were basically not falling yet. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's fair. To be less than -10. So the reason why I did it this way is because I didn't want it to so my or statement here is I want it to kick. Should it be less than -10? No, it should be greater than -10. Because my engines are going to be running at full thrust, and so I want us to slow down, right? Because I don't want it to just be altitude based, it also needs to be vertical velocity based. Oh, maybe it's because I need burn flag to be true here as well. And burn flag is true. So that way it runs through here first. That should actually do it. Now it should be a catch-all. Uh-oh, are we falling? Oh yeah, we ran out of fuel. Uh-oh. Quick decision. Well, that was good. Would the people have survived? Ooh, probably not. Not on this one. I don't see the crew tank anywhere, chat. I don't see a crew tank. Hey, okay, well, we got one. One crew tank is there. Is there another one? Would the crew have survived? We have one working. What's that? Nope. Another rover part. I think I saw the other one explode. I think one of the crew tanks exploded. We have one. Half the crew would have survived. Yeah, we at least had half of them survive. That's something, right? All right, let's try that again. -20 is less than -10. That's true. But that's not what that's supposed to do. So my gate here, right? So the engines are burning at full throttle. I need a way to enter mode 3 as a safety feature for us to not start going back up. Because if we start going back up, then we're never exiting this, right? Because if it's only altitude based, what if our engines slow us down and we start going up before we are below 100 meters of altitude? So I have to have this that says switch over if we ever start getting close to going back up. So that's why that's there. What I needed to do is add another flag, which is our burn flag. So now this should not activate until we start our burn, which is calculated after falling. So we should be falling. We're constantly calculating the thrust that we need to stop as a hover slam maneuver, and then it kicks over into mode 3. That should be, I think, what we need. Delta V. I wonder if Delta V is running. Delta V should be running, but all right. Let's try that again, shall we, chat? Now that we fixed that one thing. That should be fine. All right, and let's go ahead and run that again. Engine's active, and we're off. Would you be able to save fuel by allowing it to drop without thrust until a certain altitude? I'm wondering if a harder deceleration before triggering mode 3 would... Oh, yeah. And so, Dr. Noesis, did I say that did I pronounce that correctly? That's exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Just full disclosure, is that it should be falling and calculating a hover slam maneuver. So you're absolutely right. It should be working. It is just not working at the moment. So it looks like we might need to tune our PID a little bit, because it's a little bit slow to respond. But maybe I need to increase my KP, so increase my KU. Might be okay. Might be good to do that. But anyways, we'll see. Yeah, there was a bug in my conditionals here, so I'm hoping that this will now allow it to fall and calculate the hover slam maneuver. Should, in theory. Alright, noted. I should make this probably somewhere on like 30, or maybe even like 20 seconds. Let's also change our KP here. Let's make this 3.5. And our KI, maybe make this 250. That might be a little bit faster to respond. If this doesn't change it, then it's altitude based, altitude controller based. Oh, our climb rate is definitely increasing now. Our mode state 2. Ah, I see. Well, that could also be a stupid moment on my part as well. I needed this to be vessel.control.throttle equals 0. That would probably be helpful. All right, well, good to know. Good to know, chat. Can I, just for, testing purposes here, I would like to go like this. Do I not have game sound? Game sound? Apparently not. All right, well, didn't need game sound anyways. There we go. Come on, baby. Create that lift. That's right. Come on, fly. You know you want to. All right, and flip over and full throttle. That's gonna be too late. Too late. Noted. Noted. Too late there. Tried to do something slick. It did not work. Did not work. That's how it's supposed to work, though. We just need to automate the burn time so that way I don't have to rely on human measuring with your eyes, because your eyes are not measuring tools. High fever, Kerbal and coding not mixing with your brain. I understand. I completely understand. I am sorry to hear that you are suffering from said ailment, and I hope you get well soon. Because yeah, that is not good. Not great. Also, let me just make sure 1 second here. Is my game sound like truly just I know I had game sound earlier. I'm just gonna turn the music off for a moment and see if that was just masking it. And if not, then it's because it's bugged, probably from reloading or something like that. But anyways, let's try this again. Also, there should be a section in here. It is not. Do we have it in the other one? I wonder. Did I have it in hop test? I think I did. Just didn't copy it over. That's thrusters. Control gear, yeah, that one. There we go. So simple test. Oh, I do have control. Vessel.control.gear. I do have it here. Vessel.control.gear equals false. Why is that not running? Simple test. My gear aren't coming up, which makes me wonder, like, why is this not working? Vessel.control.gear false, which is after everything. And I sleep. I even sleep to make sure there's no race condition. So what in the heck is going on? I mean, I guess I could set it to an action group if I wanted to. I just don't know why that's not working. All right, well, anyways, maybe it's because I manually set them before. Oh, it's because it already says that it is off. Right, so how do I do that? Oh, there we go. Well, that was easy. Yeah, it's because the toggle action, the gear, because I manually set it before, was toggled to false anyways. Even though they were extended already. So that, yeah, fair enough. So that should work now, which means, let me tell you, if we have that, yeah, here. And that also means I'm going to need it here in mode 3 as well. And then if tilim.surface altitude is less than, say, 20 meters, then set that to true. Deploy the landing gear, essentially, right? Okay. Let's try that one more time. Thank you. Actually, you know what? I'll just take it here so it's easier to move around later. Yeah, that should, something like that should work. All right. Well, that was good enough. Oh, DCX. Wrong one. There we go. And yes, I know. That should be good there. Now let me turn the music down manually there. And the game sound hopefully should be on. Okay. Let us roll out. There's the landing gear, chat. Excellent. Good stuff. And I do actually hear the game sound. So yeah, the game sound is just very low. Do y'all want me to increase it? Or is it just that waterfall made the engines bug? Because there should be engine sound, but I think the waterfall mod sometimes does affect the engine. Oh, that seems... climb rate is still dropping very slowly. So the throttle responded very well. So that makes me think that it is an altitude controller issue, because we have cascading PIDs. Let me make that 0.2 so it drops a little bit faster, and then we'll also increase our integral controller to make that hopefully respond. Okay, hey, look, we're falling. Good. Now, hopefully, chat, hopefully this should be calculating the thrust that we need and when to start our hover burn. Hey, there we go. Okay. So we have initiated our hover slam maneuver. Full throttle. We're below 100 meters. All right, we should switch. Okay. Okay, come on now. Gear should be deployed at 20 meters. Wow, that was actually quite smooth. That's what it needs to do. To some degree, certain cap, yeah. to some degree, but probably not very much. It will mainly be if I have more thrust. Maybe. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't think much, though, because it's altitude and velocity control based and not... Yeah. Hey, what's up, Chief Engineer? How are you? That's a good question. We'll have to see, Sir Captain, if that's actually what it comes out to be. So that was excellent, if I do say so. And y'all want to see something cool? All right. There is our throttle response. Also, I really like the song. There's our throttle response. You can see quite an overshoot, but a very, very quick reaction. Yep, so there's throttle. There's our altitude. So you can see here that it does climb, and so that's what we want to take care of with our new altitude controller. So that should be fine, okay. And then here's our vertical velocity. Yep, vertical velocity is not bad. Doesn't quite track perfectly, but it might not have enough time to, but it still works out quite well. But yeah, there you go. So here's our, obviously our falling, initiate hover slam burn, and there you go. And so this is what it looks like here. So falling, initiate hover slam burn, and we start slowing down. So where would that be? That would correspond at about 34 seconds. So right about here. Yeah, right about probably where that dip is, where you see that deviation. We start our landing burn here, and there we go. And we slow down until we hit basically our current, so that, mind you, this graph here, our altitude is sea level based. So we start off at basically 66 meters in altitude, which is why it, you know, there's that discrepancy. No RUD, indeed. Exactly. No RUD, indeed. Okay, so we have a good amount of fuel left. Let's actually see if we can do it again. This time, yeah, like I said, using the change in the altitude controller here to see if that works out. We can also always increase or put a filter on our throttle response if we want to, but I don't think we need to. Not yet, anyways. Yeah, that all seemed good. Was there anything else I wanted to change other than our altitude controller? I don't think so, right? I think it's actually quite good. I might want to even increase this even more, but I'm afraid to do that right now. I don't want to make too many changes all at once, so we'll leave it like that and go from there. So it'll be interesting to see, now that we're at a lower fuel and everything, how much this is going to change things. It will change things, right? Because PIDs are linear controllers, and they are not very well suited to changing conditions that are nonlinear in relationship, right? So our dynamics, very highly nonlinear. So we'll see if this really affects anything. I'm sure it will, but it depends on how much it will affect it, right? Okay, we are now coasting up to apoapsis. Okay, very good. Oh yeah, you see a little bit more throttle response that we changed that controller. But are we going to actually hit our climb rate a little bit faster? Maybe a little bit faster. What I probably want to do is drop our integral. Actually, maybe increase our integral and drop our proportional. Yeah. It's not bad. It could just be better. Yeah, I think I need that integral to wind up faster. Okay, so let's see if it will calculate its hover slam maneuver again. Okay, hover slam maneuver has begun. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's actually really nice. Yeah, you can see the throttle way more responsive there because we are of less fuel. And so the changes with respect to throttle have a much larger impact on the vehicle. So yeah, if we wanted to, we would have to basically do gain scheduling, which means that for different conditions, we would have a different set of gains that are implemented, but I don't think that's necessary. It's still got good response. It's not bad. And there we go. Also, what am I actually targeting for my, let me see here. Steering logic. What is my calculate landing burn? So that's where I'm calculating my landing burn. It is set to -5, but not working out quite the way I want it to. Because I'm not actually tracking the 5 meters per second, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I'm not tracking it, which is interesting. And what am I using here for it? I should just be using the same PID, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm just giving it the vertical velocity controller. Okay. That's pretty solid though, chat. That's actually really quite solid. So I think I need this to... So let me drop this back down to 1, I think. Let me bring this up to 0.01. Actually, no, maybe even more than that, actually. Maybe the same. I want to see what that does to it. Because I'm wondering if the problem is in my vertical velocity controller or my altitude controller. And I think it's my altitude controller because essentially we are using what's called cascading PIDs or cascading controllers, right? We have our altitude controller, which is giving our input to our velocity controller. So essentially our altitude controller, when our altitude is reached, should essentially be outputting 0 as our vertical velocity hold, if that makes sense. And so then that goes into the input of the vertical velocity controller, which then tries to match 0, which means that we're holding altitude. So I think we're getting really good response out of our vertical velocity controller, which is changing our thrust pretty quickly. I just don't think our altitude controller is keeping up with our dynamics here. So I'm gonna increase our integral term in our PID and see if it'll wind up faster and get closer to 0. We'll see how it goes. All right, Forza, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. So yeah, with that, I don't think we have enough to do another test. Let's revert. Also, actually, real quick, let me see. We were doing our DCX hop. We had some pretty good controllers here developed. So we have the same one there. Excuse me. But then we had a higher integral for landing. Yeah, that's what I figured we had. And actually a higher KU as well. Higher KP and K. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. Well, try it one more time. And from here, if that works, then I'm probably going to have it land. We're going to refuel it. And we're gonna have it go higher. Oh yeah, also the toggle thing didn't work out. That's okay. There we go. Do it manually. Huh. Or you could just not. Oh, did I do the hop? I did do the hop. Oops. That is the wrong one. That is definitely the wrong one. I had the wrong thing open. Let's see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. 285 now. Gotcha. 285. Nice, Linux. That's a lot of mods that you maintain. Yeah. 285 mods. And it's up. KSP2 hype. It's going to be pretty good. I know you got to be excited for it. Are you going to continue your modding of KSP? All right, there we go. We are now coasting up to our apoapsis, which should be around 1,000 meters. There we go. Okay. There we go. And now descending, and it should be calculating its time to burn. There it goes. Initiate hover slam automatically. And there we go. And it should now kick over into constant descent. Nice. And we should now essentially be descending at approximately 5 meters per second or so. Right now it's tracking 2. That's okay. And then once we get to 20 meters altitude, it should deploy the landing gear and land safely. And that should be it. Yeah, depending on how good KSP is. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. 100%. And we have touchdown. Shutdown. There we go. Nice. Well, I am certainly happy with that. What do y'all say? So here's also our throttle response and everything. All right, and then that should correspond roughly to our altitude as well. Yeah. Not bad. So I wonder, there was something that we did in here at the very beginning. Yeah, you know what? I need to change it here. That should just be, I think, 0. Because I think that was maybe messing with it. We'll see. Because I also wanted to coast, but I didn't do exactly what I wanted it to. It basically held this for a while, not updating, well, updating very slightly, and then it dropped. And then it tried to track altitude, right? Like if you look at the altitude controller here, it basically met apoapsis, climbed, and then it dropped, and then it entered the descent mode, which is what I find kind of interesting, and I don't know why that happened. I don't know where in the logic it switched, because it did. It did switch. Either that or the wind up from this finally occurred, which is a huge wind up if that's the case. I don't think that would be what that is. So it's covering at 60% throttle here. 60% throttle, that's actually a lot. Throttle from TWR, that should be set to 0. Okay. Throttle limit is set to 1.5. No, that should be fine, because then we exit and yeah, okay. Do we control? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Then we set up a vertical velocity controller. Interesting. Just trying to figure out what happened there, and I'm not exactly sure what, because our throttle, where are we setting our throttle? Throttle update stream 0. We are doing it here. Mode 3 is that. That's interesting. Well, that's only in mode 3, which should be our descent. That's the Yep, that should be more closely tuned to that, I should think. Let's do 1 for mode 3. That should be fine. Else is 0. If to limb minus target altitude is less than 50. You know, I don't even know that we need this at the moment, so I'm gonna say, is it continue? I think it's continue, right? And it will not do anything else below it. Yeah, that's unactionable. Good. Good, not reachable. All right, let's do another hop test since that was a little bit rough. And let's make this like 75, not 875, 75. We'll reduce that scaling factor a little bit. Okay, should be okay. Let's run it. We have the fuel for it. Might as well. Good. What's else if on line 141? That's how you declare else if beer chug in Python. Yeah. Else if. Right, this is one entire conditional statement. If this is true, do this. Otherwise, if this is true, do this. Otherwise, do that, right? Yeah, it's just Python syntax. Well, that seems to be doing okay. Definitely responding a lot better, which is great. Yeah, it was definitely responding a lot better, so that's something. Happy with that. A little bit more. Might be able to increase this a little bit even and make it a little bit more responsive. And there's our burn start. There we go. Look at that. Excellent. Perfect. That was super clean. Okay. Well then. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that just like that, chat. And I'm gonna bring the refueling truck over here again. We're gonna dock to it and refuel it after I shut down the engines, of course. And we're gonna go again. Without hitting the recover button. There we go. Here's our refueling truck. That is not our refueling truck. This is our refueling truck. Can you stop? Try looking at Ruby. I have looked at Ruby and it does not excite me. You just love debugging code? It doesn't bother me. I mean, let's all be real, right? Like, you kind of have to, at least a little bit, enjoy debugging code if you are truly a programmer, because what would you say debugging time is? Like 80% of your programming time? It's supposed to be 50%. But, you know, you're supposed to write a little bit and then, you know, test it and make sure it's good. But come on, we're mostly lazy. But then debugging ends up taking more time. No. Okay. We're good. Everything's fine. So, yeah, not bad, chat. Not bad, if I do say so. Quite happy with that. Okay. So, yeah, we're just going to go over here. Not hit the vehicle. That would be great. Thank you. Let's try and get lined up with it a little bit. You have to deal with a Ruby at work. Gross. Gross. Oh, that jumps to 50 is new code. Yeah, what? I recognize that saying. What is that from? Is that Martin? I recognize those that saying quite well. I don't know if it's just a very well-known idiom or if it's from something. If it's from anybody, I figure it's from Martin. Oh, that was too far. All right, pull forward, straighten out a little bit here. Back it up, straighten out a little bit more. Not bad. That should get us pretty close. Okay. Just go ahead and F5. You never know with landing gear what they're going to do. So. All right, Linux. Have a wonderful night yourself, my friend. Have a good Monday. And let's go ahead and raise it up, chat. It's like right there. Come on now, you can do it. I know you want to. 200% already. Come on, you can do it. Are you getting closer? You look like you are. Oh, there it goes. Woo! All right, we're connected. Heck yeah. So I'm wondering, can we refuel this completely? I hope so. I guess we'll find out, chat. We might not actually be able to. Not gonna be able to, actually. Wow. That's kind of a bummer. Okay, so these are all full, those are all full. These are not. I guess we'll fill it up as much as we can. And now it doesn't. You're so true. That's so true. Like, honestly, that's kind of sometimes why I hate working with Python. It seems like, for whatever reason, like I know you can set up virtual environments, but for whatever reason, I've had issues where like my virtual environment apparently updates something or changes something and just have to reset it up. It's just gross. So I prefer Rust. Rust is where it's at. Quite the fan. Oh, hey, that's all good to go. Awesome. Still not done. Naturally. So that's empty, that's empty, that's empty, that's empty, that's empty, that doesn't exist, and we only have this little bit left. So let's go ahead and I guess fill up what we can into here. We'll call that good enough. Ground architecture, that's right, my friend. Biased opinion is you use Rust every day, so good point. And not every day. I actually haven't coded in Rust in a little while since we've been working on other things. So your statement is false. Why did I just get like 7 emails? Between 2 emails. All right, so that looks good. And let's go ahead and, yeah, you know what? Let's maybe drop this a little bit here. Something like that. And undock. There we go. And now that can go the rest of the way. And drive off into the sunset, quite literally. Your face is false. Wow. Well, if the goal was to hurt me, bullseye. Time to make a kRPC.rs or -rs. That would be amazing. I don't know where to even begin with that. I'd have to dissect what Null Profile did with his most recent version and see where to start. I mean, I know it's essentially just calling. I think it's based in C#, right? You just have to make an API for it, essentially. But yeah, I have to dissect what the API is for like Python and try and see. Actually, you know what you could do? You could actually set up an API in Rust that calls Python with the PyObject library, right? Because with Rust, if you didn't know, you can actually communicate with Python, which is actually really nice. I've done that for a couple of things. Nothing too fancy though. But that might work with just the existing Python API. Start with the C++ client. Oh, that's true. There is a C++ client. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's doable. It's doable. Couldn't you automate the refueling? I guess I could. Could automate certain things about it, yeah. Imagine you kRPC to code your rocket in Java. Yeah, I don't know Java, but you can. It supports Java. And by the way, that W profile is null profile for anyone who's interested in thanking the fantastic person that updated kRPC to the most recent version of Unity and, well, KSP as well. Or at least the most, like, what is it? 1.12 that it supports, which is, you know, ever since like what, 1.1, most subsequent KSP versions support old mod versions, which is nice. So it's quite nice, quite nice. It's lovely. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this. I think we're good so far, and let's expand the envelope. So what I want to do now is try to do the same exact thing that we just did, but let's expand it up to 5,000 meters and see how that controls and functions. I'm a little bit worried with that. I don't know how that will react, but anyways, let's just fly it and see. Okay, great. Good job, chat. Good job. Yes, of course. Of course. So it doesn't allow me to activate next stage. So let me do something here. If vessel dot, is it available thrust? Like that? Equals, or yeah. Yeah, equals 0. Or let's just say is less than 10. Then I want to, there should be, I just need to look at the documentation. That's all. So if I go to vessel, is it vessel dot available thirst? Vessel dot available thirst, indeed, good. Is that, and then there should be under parts, all parts, it should be, I thought it had one for all engines. Docking ports, engines, yeah, okay. So it should be vessel dot parts dot engines. Oh, it's a list. Sorry. Okay. So for parts, or for engine in vessel.parts.engines, and then I need to go to engine, and it should be can be read or written active. Yeah, it should just be this one. So it should just be engine.active equals true. Is that right? I think that's right. Well, I guess we'll know here soon enough. And then that should be the catch-all in case the engines don't actually ignite, right? Yeah, let's see. We'll try it. Does that work? It does. There you go. How easy was that? Good change. And not want to. Here we go. If you mined fuel, you could automate the entire process. That is true. All right, so we should be going up to roughly 5,000 meters. Apoapsis of around 5 kilometers. Mind you, we're always working in surface velocity or surface altitude. There we go, shut down. We are now coasting. Okay, it looks like we're going to fall short of 5,000. That's okay, though. It should compensate for it. And it should climb back up. Yep, climb rate. Still climbing. Now, hopefully, once it gets closer, that should drop. Okay. It didn't make it. I was too short. It didn't have enough time to climb up and do that. That's okay, though. Okay. We have RCS enabled. It should be keeping us pretty stable. So right now we should be falling and constantly calculating our thrust that we need to do a hover slam maneuver. So I guess we'll see how good that is. Okay, there's our hover slam burn start. Come on, tease it. Tease it. There we go. Still falling, not bad. And we stop at around there. Okay, fair enough. 300 meters off the ground. So we actually could scale that a little bit. Interesting. So we could actually scale that in our calculation. So we calculate that here in steering logic with our calculate landing burn. And we have a drag scale. We might be able to calculate our drag scale here. That is interesting. Yeah. Huh. That's good to know. Yes, Nulty, absolutely. 100%. Well, it'll never deorbit. This will go up to above 100 kilometers and fall back down. Think Blue Origin's New Shepard, because I want to use this to train astronauts, right? And just do like a hop test. But yeah, eventually we will do a belly flop and then kick over, align ourselves with our vertical velocity or our horizontal velocity vector and burn to come straight down, right? Eventually. Cool. So yeah, I can actually scale that. Interesting. So we needed it to be 0.3. Okay, hold up. So at 1,000 meters, we had it at 0.3. So now at 5,000 meters, maybe we needed it to be 0.4, maybe? So what I want to do is basically do a scheduling here and actually calculate how much we need to account for our drag in order to get our hover slam burn a little bit closer to the ground, right? So what we can do is essentially plot this over the course of different altitudes, so we can actually have an equation that says, hey, you know, at a apoapsis roughly, or target altitude of roughly 1,000 meters, our drag scale should be, you know, 0.3. Or if we're at 70,000, then it should be 0.6 or whatever it ends up being, right? Because what we can do, right, is then plot this over time and then do a best fit curve and use that to equate what our drag scale should be. And hopefully that might actually do something, right? We got a big throttle response there at the end. It was starting to get a little bit unwavery because we had less fuel to work with, but that's okay. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and, not you. You. Let's go ahead and recover you. Crew member name here. Let's go ahead and recover you. And let's get another one out and refuel it again and go again. Yeah. Should be pretty good. Pretty pleased with that. So we'll test it again with a drag scale. Well, we'll keep this. No, we'll increase the drag scale to 0.4. I think that's what we'll do. And see if that gets us any better. So what drag scale is doing is it's literally trying to calculate the drag that is artificially reducing the amount of thrust we need. So it's actually expanding our time to burn, right? Because what we're doing here, if we didn't account for our drag, is, you know, our drag is basically going in the opposite direction of our velocity, right? We're falling down, and so it's a deceleration, our drag. So it's artificially changing the time that we need to actually initiate our hover slam. So we need to account for it. But if we accounted for all of it, because our drag is changing, especially with velocity, it's not going to be accurate if we just accounted for 100% of it, right? Because our drag actually changes with respect to thrust and all these other things. Also, this very simple first order approximation of our thrust requirement for our hover slam burn doesn't account for drag, and so just artificially inputting our drag, it's actually too much, right? Because if we really wanted to get this accurately, we would have to integrate our equations of motion and set up an estimator to actually estimate at every single point within our trajectory how much our drag is. And so that would be a slightly better, I think that'd be a second order approximation. So a little bit better. And we actually be integrating it with respect to time. But anyways, not to get lost in all the hard stuff, let's get another set out here on the runway and go again. Yeah, refueling, HUV, RDM, get back in there and launch. Yo, and Chris Fu coming in with a 21 Kerbal years of support. Chris, congratulations. As a Kerbal, you can now drink. Cheers to you, my friend. After throttle up for the hover slam, do you continue to calculate the throttle position on the fly? No. No, I stopped that. I do stop. I could, if I wanted to. So the thing with accounting for drag is because the original equation that's used for approximating our hover slam burn doesn't account for drag in the first place, just adding drag, or I should say subtracting drag from our thrust required to hover slam is too much. It will essentially basically say you need way less thrust for much longer, and so you'll end up hitting the ground, right? Because you don't start your burn in time. Do y'all want me to explain a little bit? Yeah, cheers. What's up? Do y'all want me to explain what the equation is doing to calculate your hover slam? Would that be helpful, or is that just a detail that's not required? Oh, you know what I want to do? Actually, let's hit the brakes. I want to time warp today, or at least morning, and go from there. Skirt, skirt, skirt. Come on, stop. Also, I need to start fuel cell and start fuel cell. Yeah. Cool. Good. A ghost throttle? Yeah, essentially. Because if you look at the equation, right, for that hover slam burn, essentially it is calculating the thrust required to stop at a target altitude and a target velocity, right? So I'm saying I want my target stopping altitude to be roughly 25 meters. So it calculates the throttle that I need at every time step, how much thrust, right? How much thrust I need at every time step to actually stop at this altitude. And so basically how you calculate your hover slam burn start is when your thrust here from this equation is essentially equivalent to the amount of maximum thrust that your rocket can produce with its engines, right? So it's constantly, so when you start at like 10,000 meters, right? If you run this equation and you want to say, I want to stop at 25 meters, it's going to say you need like 10 newtons, right? Because you're so far up, you don't need much thrust in order to basically get to 25 meters. But as you get closer and closer to 25 meters, that target altitude for stopping, zero velocity, right? As you get closer to that target altitude and you get faster and faster, the more thrust you need to actually stop. Does that make sense? So when your thrust calculated by this burn is equivalent to the amount of thrust that your vehicle can produce, that's when you start your hover slam. But like I said, the equation, we're using a first order approximation. Essentially, we're just using a quadratic formula to get the root for a very simple estimator. If you just add your drag to that, it's going to be way too much. And it's going to say you need way less thrust lower in altitude. So that means that you're going to hit the ground because you're accounting for drag and not the appropriate way. So that's why we scale it. And that's why we're doing what we're doing right now, which is expanding the envelope and trying to see exactly how much of a scale we need for every altitude target. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with that. No headroom left for throttle. Exactly. Yeah, you basically go, well, I mean, you could always change that, right? You could always say, hey, I want to start my hover slam burn at 95% throttle, so I have some room to slow down even more, right? If I need to. But, yeah. That's another way you could do it. Instead of accounting for drag, you could say, hey, I want to start my burn and not go necessarily above 90% throttle, so I have 10% throttle to actually account for error, right? And if you allow your controller to give said... nice. Yeah, there we go. If you have your controller able to input that extra 10% of throttle, then you're able to account for it, right? There's different ways to do things. There's never one solution, right? Hey, there we go. Wow, that was actually really easy. Okay. All right, let's take you and we are going to fill this up. Yeah, 25 meters is supposed to be headroom enough, yeah. At least one might think, right? You know what I should do? I should just, yeah, touch on all of these. Get rid of that. I have a couple more tanks that I haven't selected yet, like this one. That's actually still full, good. And then this one, of course. All right. And so that way I can now do this and go out. All right, we'll stop it at 600 or so. Good. And we'll go until this one hits 600 or until it's full, whichever one comes first. Just trying to keep the fuel truck on even keel if I can, or close to it. Good. Yeah, not bad. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Okay. And drag this down. And we're off. There we go. Oh, nice train, man. But so what I'm saying, right, is like that's fine, but what I'm saying is that so you essentially do it that way where you say I want 90% thrust. Is that right? Like you want 90% of your available thrust? Because that's the only way that you can do it. Because like I said before, if you just add your dragon to that, it will always start at 100% and your drag will offset your time by too much to where you start your burn even at 100% throttle and it will not slow down before hitting the ground. That's what I'm saying. But if you say that you do it like, hey, I want 90% of my thrust to account for that, then that works, yeah. When automated fuel truck, what do you want me to automate about it? Like, you mean like Tesla, like drive over to it all automated and stuff like that? Yeah, that'll be a while, if ever. All right, cool. I mean, if you wanted to do what SpaceX does, then you need convex optimization. Simple as that. You need a whole different set of things than what we're doing. Which might be cool to get there one day. It's going to be quite the feat, for sure. Because we're still in step 1, all right? We used to be at step 0. We are now at step 1. Whole, like, Falcon 9 actual convex optimization for landing and automated landing and stuff like that, that's like step 497, okay? You know, waypoint system for the truck? That's not bad. I haven't ever worked with that, though, so that'll have to be something that we dive into, I guess. Deep dive. I assume waypoints like that can work for, like, shuttle landings and stuff, too, Noel? Is that right? Could work the same way. You just have to develop an SAS for your flight controller. Well, SAS in the true sense, not what the game uses, right? SAS stands for Stability Augmentation System. Essentially an autopilot, but it's actually different than autopilot. Be interesting. Anyways. Are we not filled with fuel? I thought we filled up with fuel and everything. Disgrace, chat. Disgrace indeed. How did I miss an entire side? Wow. Okay. All right, back it up. My bad, chat. Oh, heck yeah, profile. Nice. That is pretty sick. All right, just back it all the way up there. Just use your mirrors. You'll be fine. You recognize it? That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. To do pathfinding, yeah, for sure. Way beyond your head, that's fair. Mine too at the moment. Let's just get it lined up the best that we can. Nope, not gonna do it. That seems better. Give it the boop. And then 14.1 or 2, one of those. Do it. We're slightly off, not quite as close as I need to be. We're at 14.3. Okay, and then let's switch not to there, not to there, not to there, not to... Oh, there we go. Well, that worked. All right, not you, not you. Which side was it? This one? Ah, this one. There we go. Okay, and just to make sure we try and keep everything even. Or near even. Not gonna be perfect, of course. Yeah, sure. There we go. Now we're good. All right. Always fun doing that. All right, let's go back. I'm planning to do some work on mission planning with sensors and pathfinding. That's awesome. The Rolling Stones. I dig it. We're attaching to asteroids. That's cool. So profile, the way the game like has part IDs and part modules, can you essentially use kRPC to control anything? Because I was looking at a Reddit thread at some point that showed that it can also work with like the robotics by finding the parts that have the module for robotics, like an extension or something like that, and then like setting it. Yeah, that's neat, to say the least. Good. So like you could essentially work with any mod then, right? So long as the mod has modules, which I think it has to, right, for it to be in the game. Well, it has to do certain things in the game, actuate and interact with the terrain and whatnot. That's pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Toaster? Checked out Pi Cubed at all? I am not. Link it up. What is that? I have not heard of that actually. So, where is the vehicle? Thank you. Gosh. Okay, we're fully fueled now. Hey, there we go. Okay, so let's try this again. This is now going to be a drag skill of 0.4. or an altitude of 5, target altitude of 5,000 plus telemetry. Yeah. So we are trying to essentially target, oh, you know what? Actually, I do not want this to be like that. But this should be control cut, and it should be this right here. Slim altitude. One second, chat. I'm trying to think through this real quick. So that's target altitude, telemetry apoapsis. Well, telemetry apoapsis is less than target altitude. Yeah, I want to split this up, actually. Pretty sure I want to split that up. So I want init altitude going to equal telemetry.apoapsis, and then we do that plus init altitude. Do that so that way I can always track the same target altitude. That's what I want. Yeah. Because when I was doing it this way previously, just adding it here, my target altitude was basically 5,000 plus the 67 meters or 66 meters here, which is not what I want. So yeah, that should be now better, question mark. Yeah, that should be better now. So now it will go. So it'll still change. It won't change that, but for my vertical velocity, my altitude controller, is now set to target altitude, which should now be the 5,000, which is easier to track, I think. Well, easier for me to visually see instead of like some arbitrary 5,067 meters or whatever. So I think the other thing I want to do is change the gains for our PID like we did in the other version. Let me see how we did that real quick. Yeah, vertical velocity controller change gains. Yeah. Okay. I want this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Because then that should be set here. So mode 3, change all of that, update our vertical velocity controller. Mode is now 3, so now we should enter our landing gate, and now that should all be good. Okay, here we go to another 5,000. This one will be changing our drag scale to 0.4, and let's see how it performs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's actually really cool. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense profile. Oh, I've actually seen this before. Is this yours or someone else's? I've actually seen this before with, yeah, the robotic arm and actually creating a... Yeah, an actual robotic arm like that. That's neat. That's really cool. This is yours? Yeah, I think you've shown that to me before. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, being able to make your own robotic arm system like that. Taking into account the dynamics of a robotic arm. Okay, wait, what happened? Oh, I ran the wrong thing, that's what happened. Okay. Easy peasy. Good. We're up. Switch to splines now, good. Yeah, nice. So you should have a very smooth motion now, yeah? Yeah, were you just going like linear all the way over and then forward and like stuff like that? Or were you doing like very, very small steps to get a smooth curve using a lot of different line segments? We should be going up to about 5,000. There we go. Not going to quite get us there because our drag is going to slow us down too much, but that's okay. The prop tools library. Oh, let me check it out. PyCube. This is an extremely cool and possibly relevant. Ah, yeah, I do know about PyCube. Yeah, sorry. I do know about this. Yeah. Yes, I do know about it. I'll leave that open. Check it out again. It's like one of those things that you see like a long time ago, right? And you just like remember. You like stumble upon it again. Okay, so we are tracking not too bad. Yeah, we need to lower our integral, probably on our altitude controller. So let's make that 0.5 maybe. And we could always put a low pass filter on this as well, but I want to try and avoid doing that because low pass filters will put lag into your system essentially. Okay, there's our start of our burn. There we go. Tracking velocity. Still gonna be too much, isn't it? Essentially hovering. All right, we're starting to descend. Yeah, still too high. Still too high. All right, good to know. So steering logic. We need our drag scale to be a little bit higher. Try 5.5. That's me doing that. I just want it to fall faster. Because I would like for it to, like, you know, get to the ground actually. This is kind of where I'm at. That'd be nice. Come on. Down on the ground, please. Thank you. Let's say, where's my gear? Oh! On the engines. That's fine. No problem. Alright then. Well, we're gonna have to try that again. So drag scale increased now to 55. Okay. PID has been changed. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. I just gotta be careful about that. It's okay. That'll buff right out. Yeah, that'll buff right out indeed. No problem. All right, so let's send the refueling truck over there once again with crew member name here. Oh great. Is it not going to give me control because of this? That's good. Yep, I have no control. It's glitched out. Awesome. I can't even get the person to EVA, huh? Huh. Well, I've never had that happen before. Okay, go to tracking station and go back? That's weird. Don't know what's up with that. Oh yeah, we still have Minmer maneuvers going on. We have 30 days until that. I forgot about Minmer. Where is it? Jericho. Is it this one? Oh, that's the aging sat. No. Should be in a elliptical orbit somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. There's our lander doing good stuff. There's the relay MRS, this one. That's the one that has 30 days to wait. Good stuff, chat. Okay, well, anyways. Refueling HEV should be here. Yeah, let's go ahead and fly it. And hopefully that we don't have that issue anymore, that'd be great. This shows the kind of info that you can read and write for parts. Oh, nice, actually. Yeah, I see that. Hinges, pistons, servos, RTG. Even the RTG. What does the RTG allow you to control? Interesting. That's neat. Very, very neat. Is there an in-body physics KSP mod? I believe so, yes. I don't know if it's true in-body physics. It might only be 3-body physics. But yeah, there is a, what is it called, chat? I don't remember what it's called. Copernicus? Is that the one? I don't think that's the one. It might be the one. But yes, there is. I don't know if it's in-body, though. It might only be 3-body or like something like that, but it does do multiple body physics. Principia, that's the one. It is Principia. I think Copernicus is like a planet mod. Like a way to change or add planets to the game. I think that's what Copernicus is. Or it does something to like planet visuals. But yeah, Principia is the one. I was thinking like, I think it has something to do with like Da Vinci or Newton or something. Yeah, Principia. Could not remember. Alright, so we're gonna refuel this up a little bit with whatever I have remaining, which is not a lot here, unfortunately. I should probably just bring out my big truck. If my big truck can even do it. I don't know if it has a high enough lift on it. Is Principia in-body? Like actual in-body? Or is it 3-body or some other approximation? Well, I'm sure it's approximation still, but yeah. Boop. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. You just had to jiggle the keys a little bit, chat. So how much fuel do we actually have left? Not a whole heckin' lot, do we? Not a whole heckin' lot. Can I at least get these filled, maybe? That'd be nice. Hey, Ray. Yeah, you like the DCX? I'm glad you like it. Came out pretty good. Okay, just gonna refuel it up here real quick. See if we can't fill it up at least most of the way here and do another flight. Oh, that's all of those? Awesome. Okay, well, that's good. So now we can just fill up the top tank with whatever is remaining, and that will be that. Good. Now that truck should be bone dry. Yes, sir, it is bone dry. All right, let's go ahead and undock. And we'll see what we can do with that. I know, right, Ray? Truly. Super sad. But I guess that's just government programming for you. At the slightest bit of failure, they scour it out. And you have that with Venturestar, you have that with Constellation, you have that with DCX, you had that with the original Space Shuttle, you had that with Freedom, yeah, all those sorts of things. It's a broken record. Ah, there's a truck in the way. Ah! Totally was not paying attention. It really kind of blended in with the grass there. That was mildly unfortunate. Well, let's see if we can kick it over. I don't know. Yeah, the HL20. Well, slightly different story, but yeah. Come on. Ah. Ah. Yes. Wait, what the? No. No. Ah. You're fine. You're fine. You're great. Can you just, you know, you want to just get back in? Yeah. Can you just board? You're fine. You want to just board? That would be great. Please. Oh my God. Can you just? How did that even happen? I don't think I've ever seen a Kerbal be ejected from a hard impact like that. Is that actually a thing in KSP now? Can they actually fall out of their seats when they impact something? Please, just, you know what? I'm just gonna, ah! Artyom, you okay, buddy? You good? You look fine. Let's get back. You know what? Let's not get back in the truck, actually. Let's, well, you know what? Actually, we will. We will get back in the truck inside the death trap. We're gonna recover you in a second. Okay, that sounds great. I think part of the turned over truck went through the windshield and knocked him out. Is that actually a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that they could be knocked out of their seat like that or anything. But anyways, hey, we're fine. We're fine. We need science to make sure. Indeed. Indeed. Totally okay. Hey, let's get back to the rocket. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah. Oh, wow. We're actually mostly full, so that's good. Yeah, where do I toggle? Where do I turn off RCS? I don't want my RCS to ever turn off. I think that's part of the problem. That's true. RCS. Right here. I actually don't want that anymore. That was not meant to be there. Yeah, stop it. That's why we kind of start doing this and processing as we fall. Because we don't have the nose RCS1 when we start doing our burn. So that should be good, I guess. Should be okay. Maybe make this 200-ish. Make that 3. Let's try that. Actually, what did we use before? Because that was actually pretty nice. Yeah, we did use that before. But we were closer to full, if I remember correctly, I think. Maybe. Okay. That's 203 versus... Yeah, okay. That might be too much, actually, but... we'll see. I don't think we need a lot of... integral. That should be fine. It'll be fine, chat. Stop your worrying. God. Might be interesting. Okay, so yeah, we're testing out now. We're gonna keep... we increased the drag scale to 0.55, and we changed a couple of things, so that should be okay. So let's yeah, let's give it a whirl. So now 5,000 should be our target. Okay. And we're up. Landing gear up. Nice. So we should go up to an apoapsis above 5,000. It'll shut down. Our target hold is 5,000 meters surface velocity, or surface altitude. I'm excited to bring this all the way up to 100-kilometer altitude. But for that, we're gonna have to belly flop. Not bad. Should be increasing our climb rate, yeah, and then should be decreasing now. Not, there it goes. It finally winds down, yeah. Kind of a crazy, well, not a crazy response. It's just not a optimal response. Now it's starting to slow as we, oh, there we go. It's responding. Okay. If I gave it a little bit more time, it would be fine. It probably needs a little bit less, perhaps. Well, maybe a little bit more tuning, but it's actually pretty good as is. All right, now we're falling. See, there we go. RCS is active, and now we should be able to stay quite aligned. Okay, there's our burn start. There we go. That's much better. That's not bad. 160 meters altitude. We could perhaps increase it a little bit more for 5,000. I'm being honest with you. Of course, let's not forget that this was not fully fueled, but it was pretty close. So I think I'm gonna issue it up to 0.6 and call that doable. Maybe not even 0.6. Let's call 0.58. Let's do that. No, I don't want to save that right now. I don't care. Yeah, we'll call that 0.58. A little bit better. A little bit closer. Nothing too drastic. And descending at a decent velocity here. Landing gear down. And we have touchdown. Cool. Not bad, chat. What do you say we go to up to 10, chat? Now that we have that. Oh yeah, I also wanted to see this. So yeah, it started doing the altitude hold. I just don't think I gave it enough time to account for it. Yeah, and you can definitely see our response. See, that's what I'm saying. Like right here, I don't know what happens right here specifically. Is that just the amount of time it takes for our integral to start winding up? Because you can basically see, like up to this point, if we did them side by side or above each other, right? Same axis here. We basically reach our highest point here, and then we start descending to try and get back to around that 5,000 meter target. So this right about here is where our target altitude would be, because this is mean altitude, not surface altitude. And then it starts climbing back up to try and arrest our fall, and then we start falling. Of course, mind you, this is actually not right. This should actually be more like this. There we go. Trying to get the axes right. So yeah, we basically climb up to a certain point where it's then like, oh god, now it needs to fall back down. So I'm not sure. I guess that's just our integral. It just takes so long for integral to wind up to stop. Which is interesting. So what if we dropped the integral on our altitude and increase our proportional so that way it has a better response time? It'll have an overshoot and it might have a steady state error, but it might be better. Let's bring that to there, another order of magnitude, and let's bring this up to 0.3. Maybe even 0.4 and see what that gives us. Manually for now, profile. Just manually. Basically doing a PI controller for this. Started off with just an integral controller. But yeah, in terms of like tuning, just using a equation for setting up approximate proportionality and then just inputting that in. I'd like to probably integrate some sort of auto-tuning function at some point, because there are algorithms for that, but I don't know, maybe we don't even stick with PIDs, we do some sort of non-linear controller in the future that'll be a little bit more robust to these sorts of things, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Don't care about any of that. 5,000 should be the target. I don't think we have enough thrust or enough fuel here for another test, which is fine. So let's get another refueling truck out. And that was actually pretty good. We had a good, decent response here, I think. I closed them, that's unfortunate, that's okay, but I think we had a pretty good response here. So I'm happy with that. For our descent landing, our landing. So yeah. I think we'll change that, because I think our vertical velocity controller is actually fine. I think it's our altitude controller that needs the work. Basically, the difference between the fast and slow dynamics here. So I think we're good. You heading out, CKAN? Have a good night, my friend. In mining automation? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would say, well, I actually don't know, but in all of my, like, graduate courses, if we were working with PIDs, you were manually tuning them, you know, within reason. I mean, generally speaking, you kind of know the order that they should be in, right? Your proportional usually needs to be larger than your integral, which usually needs to be larger than your derivative term, right? By orders of magnitude and stuff like that. There's ways to calculate a starting point and stuff like that. But when it comes to actual tuning, yeah, that's where I've only ever done manual tuning. I know there's auto tuning functions though. Or I should say methods, algorithms for manual tuning or auto tuning. Okay. Wonder if I even want that. I don't know that I want that. I just want it set to 0. The only thing I'm wondering is if I have something that is not working well together and that's why that happens, but I don't know. I can't find it if that's the case. Because we fall and then... Yeah, it should only be set to that. So I'm pretty sure that's the time it takes for my integral to wind up to actually slow my descent. Or slow my ascent, rather, in that case. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because everything else seems pretty standard. I think I need to do a sleep here. And then let me just go ahead and copy that and do it behind it as well. Because for whatever reason, it's not shutting off my RCS and SAS when it lands. Oh, I know why, actually, I think. No. It should be, that's the last thing I do, so... Yeah, that should not be it. So yeah, for some reason it's not. I don't know if it's a race conditioner or something like that, but we'll leave it at that. Okay. Let me go over here. Let me take Artium and recover vessel, and we'll get the big refueling truck out and see if we can keep that going. So I think that might have enough fuel in it to do like 2 or 3 flights. That's funny profile. Yeah, just, you know, just tune it here, tune it there, it'll be fine. I mean, generally speaking, you can kind of get a feel for it when you're talking about the precision you need versus the numbers you're using for your error, right? Like, for instance, with our altitude controller, we had to have pretty small proportional and integral terms, as you saw, because we're working with altitude, and so even if we go 1 meter low, that could be a huge error. That could be an error of 1, right? And our controller for our throttle is bound between 0 and 1. So if you go even 1 meter in error, right, versus your target altitude, that can be the difference between maximum and minimum throttle. So you have to have a pretty small proportional and integral term, and of course even smaller derivative term, because you're working with such a small bound. Yeah. So yeah, there's some good guesswork that can be brought into it. Let's go here again, and let's see if I can get my refueling, heavy refueling truck, and see if that will work. I don't know that it will, but it's worth a try. I don't know if it'll have enough lift to bring it up to the docking port. So if it doesn't, then I might need to make some changes. Yo, and Zinky, sorry I missed your follow. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Come on, KSP, don't slow on me now. Yeah, I think this one might have enough fuel to do a couple of flights here, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what we can do, right? Why does this music sound perfect for what we're doing right now? Taking a massive, oversized refueling truck and going to fill up a very tiny vehicle. Going over uneven terrain, this is fine. Handling it like a champ. Good. That's a long boy, isn't it? A little bit. I just hope we have enough ride height here to be able to get up to that. Otherwise, it'll be a quick turnaround with the other vehicle. SnowRunner hybrid mod. Oh god, SnowRunner. Yeah, this is now Euro Trucking Simulator. Let's not hit the DCX, please. Would truly ruin the day. And give myself a good deal of room to wiggle. Just ram right into it. That'll refuel it, right? Percussive refueling. All right. Not bad. All right, moment of truth. That's got to get up pretty high. I don't know that we have that reach, but hey. Don't know until you try, right, chat? Oh, that was... might actually get there. Oh my god, we're so close. We're so close, chat. I could probably lower the spring strength or something if I really wanted to. Which I think I really want to. Yep, all right. We're like so close. Okay, that should be set to 200. Now, what do I need? There we go. Nice. All right, cool. There we go. Easy peasy, chat. So yeah, let's just take you, keep you open. Good, good. Actually, you know what? Let's just take all of this here. And boop, 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 boop. All right, so we should have that one. Everything else should be good. Hello? Game? Ah, that's what I need to do. Get rid of that. There we go. Now we're good. All right, out. Nice. So we could actually get 4 flights in because this thing fills it up almost entirely with one tank. Beautiful. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Good. And go ahead and undock. And let's go ahead and bring that back up. Cool. So pretty good. Not bad, chat. Please don't break the vehicle. That would be great. All right, now we move out. Long truck is long, and that's right, it is. Behold, the long boy. Indeed. All the better to refuel with. Like I said, we can get 4 flights in with this one truck, so that's pretty nice. That was pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and the brakes now that we've reached our arbitrary safe distance. Good. All right, so what are we testing this time? We're testing new altitude hold, and shall we go up to 20,000? We go up to 20,000, chat? Maybe. Nice, Uncle Bill. Let's try 12. Let's do 12,000. And we're going to start it off at 0.58 in C. Probably not going to be good, but... Okay. Everything else consistent. 12,000 is our new target. And let's roll. Now, mind you, this is only for a vertical up and down. Eventually, we're going to do a belly flop maneuver, essentially. And see how that goes. But yeah, essentially we'll get into doing a belly flop maneuver, which is probably going to change all of this anyway. So there you go. So we should be going to an apoapsis of around 12.2 and try and keep it from there. It's going to be a long burn. All right, there we go. Yep, we're going to be a little bit short. That's okay, though. Let's cut that down to 6. And before you run out of liquid fuel and oxide, no, we've tested this thing all the way up to 100 kilometers. Not 170 kilometers. So we should be good. The only thing that would cause us to do that is if we hover slam way too soon. Okay, we're essentially climbing back up. And that climb rate's looking quite good, actually. So yeah, we're not gonna be able to achieve our target altitude because we're not gonna be able to climb fast enough, but that's okay. We'll cut our engines here soon. There we go. We are in we're in state number 2 of the state machine, essentially, which is now calculating our time to landing burn at a rate of 50 hertz, keeping us stable with respect to our vertical. All right, we'll see how it does calculating our hover slam. Need to clean the keyboard, no worries. All right, there's our hover slam burn start at approximately 2 kilometers altitude. Uh-oh. We might be in trouble here, chat. We might be in trouble here, chat. Oh no, it's too much. Too much. All right. Good to know. But yeah, we hit the ground at like 100 meters per second. So I think this needs to change, maybe back down to 0.4. Change that back down here. Huh. Well, there you go. See, that's what drag does to that calculation. All right, well, bummer. Go ahead and recover. And we'll get another one out, chat. You got there just a little bit faster. That is true. That is very true. You know what we might do tomorrow? If I can stream tomorrow. Maybe making that a PID loop for the ascent. Maybe calculate 90% of throttle or maximum thrust, and then PID to account for that. Because then we might not even have to scale our drag term. Because if we set it for 90% of our throttle, and that PID should be able to track our thrust output required based on that. That could be interesting. That's a way to do it. That is certainly a way to do it. So the only limit there would be we would need to make sure that our burn, that could actually be really interesting. Program canceled? Well, that's fun. That's fun. That is okay. Well, there we go, chat. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I hope you enjoyed working with Python. We're never doing that again because Thomas is mean. Yeah. Is that what you want, Thomas? All right, on to DCX number 2. Hey, I have to say though, like for all the test flights we've done, expanding the envelope like this, like how many launches did we do? And that was the first one we've lost. How many launches did we end up doing? Just tonight alone, we just did one, and then we did 5, 6, we did like 11? So I think we did 2 with every truck, right? And we did three trucks? So that's 6, and then before that we did a couple of test flights, so that's 8, plus the one there, that's 9, and I think we did at least one more. So yeah, we just had like 10 reflights in a very short amount of time. Real life satellites in real life, all right. Soon, TM. It's banned, Thomas. Can you check that it exists? Yeah, let me see. Let me see how that goes. Dan Thomas. Dan. Sorry, one second. Dan Thomas. Oh, oops. Oh. No, that does not do what it says that it's supposed to do. Nope. That one doesn't work. Mm-mm. That one does not do what it says that it's supposed to do. Just saying. Just saying, that does not do as advertised. Nope. Does not do it. Yeah, sorry, Stealth. I don't know, that's weird. It's called something that you would think it would do something, and then it doesn't do that, it does something else. Wild. Wild. Alright. Mod abuse. Actually, I think that's streamer abuse, but anyways. You know, potatoes, right? Okay, let's go ahead and bring this out to 90-ish. This is empty, right? It better be empty. That'd be awkward. Oh yeah, we should probably drop these, most likely. That would probably be good. Yeah. To a damping rate of like 15, I think we said, yeah. Good. We start with Whipple Sats and move to solid fueled launch vehicles. Solid. Yeah, because there's an easy transition somewhere in there. Welding, yeah, welding can be done. They've tested that on the ISS. Cold welding and things like that. Cold welding is very good, actually. Depends on the thermal properties of the material, though. But yeah, there's welding in space, sure. Doesn't quite work like you would think it does here on ground, but in some cases it's better because now you don't have oxidizer. But then you have to worry about things like atomic particles, like atomic oxygen and things like that, whatever you're welding with. All right, looking good. Keep it coming. Bringing it out to 90. Let's go with steam. Yeah, all right. Fine by me. Steam for, I'm sorry, wrong way. I was gonna say steam for satellites, actually not bad. Actually very good. Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it very good. It's pretty good though. Not bad. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. Bring these guys around to here and we should be good to go. Alrighty, there's our arbitrary safe distance. Cool. All right, and while that's doing that thing, let's go ahead and fuel this up. All right, your turn. Where is the refueling valve? Of course, it's on the opposite side. Why wouldn't it be on the opposite side, chat? But think about the humidity! Oh, the humidity! I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works at all, in fact, actually. Okay, stop. Stop. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're good. minor panic for no reason. Don't mind me, chat, just working around here with expensive rockets. Okay. Okay. Good. Not bad. You're like right there. Oh dear. Okay, we're fine. All right, liquid fuel. So I need not you and not you. All right. That means all of you, lucky bunas. You. And you. And now for you. Yes, good. Good. Oh, you're already... Alright, you're already full. That's good. Okay. Hello? Okay, that was weird. That was weird. Okay, let's go out. Has somebody made spin launch? I mean, sort of. Didn't Scott Manley do that already? Like a long time ago, make a giant trebuchet? I mean, I guess that's more of a trebuchet instead of like spin launch, but some of the principles are the same. Slight distraction, look at stage 2. Let me see. Ooh! Oh, it's so cute. 1 second, let me finish that. There we go. What are we looking at here, Thomas? Like, exactly. What are we looking at? Ooh, actually. Oh. Oh. I see. Nice. This is ABL, right? This is ABL Spaces RS1 Flight to Upper Stage. Yeah. I saw that right there. I was like, yep, I know who this is. Oh, mother. Yeah, check that out, chat. Nice. Lots of ancillary sensors here, chat. It will be interesting to see exactly how this gets cleaned up in subsequent flights. Wow. There's your control unit. Actually, is this a control unit? It almost looks like a CubeSat deployer. I'm pretty sure it's a control unit, though. The avionics. Yeah. Actually, it almost looks like even batteries. The system is an electric turbocharger, right? No. Oh, okay. That's some hefty machinery, though. They got thermally insulated. Look at that. That's pretty sweet. Good stuff. And this is flight to stage 1. Ooh. Oh. Nice, actually. This isn't the entire stage 1 though, right? I mean, because of what should be in the center, question mark? You can tell those engines have been run through their courses already. You got that patina. Nice. That is very, very nice. It's missing some covers in an interstage, yeah. Neat. Well, most excellent. That is really, really exciting to see. Quite exciting. Very much excite. All right, we should be done here. Okay. There we go. Look at Electron's battery. Yeah, that's actually fair. I've never actually seen a scale picture of Electron's batteries. I've only ever seen them from their deployment cameras, essentially on the second stage, which they basically take up a third of the entire camera. So yeah, you're right. I've never seen it to scale. I mean, I know they have to be huge, or they're technically spinning something at like 20,000 RPMs for 6 minutes of flight or something like that. Well, I guess both of them. Only one of them, they're only doing about half that work. But cool. All right, let's go ahead and park here. We're at the arbitrary safe distance. And let's increase our spring strength. There we go. And yeah, let's make sure we now have our scale set appropriately. The drag scale of 0.58 needs to probably drop to 0.4. Okay. And let's run it. Nope, not that one. Not run that one. Oh, nice. Oh, there you go. So everything does eventually get plugged into the black box. Nice. Yeah, cool. So yeah, that's the data acquisition system then. Or control system, either way. Although it looks like it has their control systems on the other side, but yeah. Neat. It'll be interesting to see how their deployment systems work, because they look like they use a similar system to whatchamacallit, to Firefly. And Firefly had that near collision, essentially, right? With their second stage engine extension, nozzle extension. Although I think Electron uses the same sort of mechanism, so yeah, it might be okay. I think the problem with Firefly was it just needed time to settle. It didn't have enough force to account for, well, the fuel slosh, propellant sloshing. Okay. Oh wow, how did we not even make it up to Apoapsis in time? Wait, what? Did I do the wrong thing? I did do the wrong thing. It should be the other way. It should be the other way. Yeah, plus that. So it should be more. Yeah. It should be like 8. Okay. So yeah, we should be climbing at like 10 meters per second. We are. We're trying to match 12,000, but we're not going to get there. That's okay. Wanting just a little more out of it? Yeah, I know, right? It's fair. All right, dropping again. I love seeing the RCS just burn a little bit like that. That's so cool to see. with the firefly, with the waterfall effects. Look at that. The waterfall effects make it look so good. Okay, started our burn about 800 meters sooner this time. Let's see if that's enough. Doesn't look promising here. Maybe though. We might be okay actually, yeah. There we go. Excellent. I think this might be good. Yeah. A little bit high. There we go. And now descending. Cool. All right, I want it to descend a little bit faster, so I'm going to arbitrarily do that just by spamming the X key. But this is me, don't worry about it. Although it might not let me do that. It's responding too quickly, chat. Oh no, we might run out of fuel here. Oh no, we're gonna run out of fuel. All right, I'm taking over. Okay, tease it, tease it. Boop. There we go. That was 200 meters too high, roughly speaking. Yeah. So then I think we would be good if we said like 0.43 maybe, 44. Yeah, we'll do 4.43, and that should be fine. All right. So yeah, we're trying to get this so we can actually have a scale function in place. All right, so let's do the next one, which is going to be 25,000. Yeah, let's do 25,000, chat. All right, let's get the truck. Where are you, truck? Time to feed the DCX. Oh my god, you're not going to let me do that. I don't understand why it does this, chat. Is it because it goes all the way over to the crane and then has to come back? Have to go to the Space Center and come back, and oh man. How is it that stable? Autopilot? The code that we've written? That's how it's that stable. Like it always is? Yeah, that's fair. Come on, KSP. Let's get one more flight in at least. So I wonder if it would be okay to do the same thing here. I just wonder how altitude is going to affect our drag. So we should be falling faster, but we also have to count for drag. So I wonder at like what point we hit terminal velocity. That's actually something I should have taken into account, actually. Like I should have looked there on that last pass, on that last mission. Like what was our terminal velocity? Or if we had reached terminal velocity, because that's really all we need to know. Once we hit an altitude that allows us to fall and reach terminal velocity, then our drag scale should be basically the same every time, because we're always going to be at terminal velocity at that point. So yeah, interesting. Wait for KSP2, true. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't mind trying that, spending like a part of tomorrow or something. You know, we're definitely going to work on the belly flop tomorrow. What I like to do is this 25,000, and then if it's the same, move on to the 100,000, not the 100,000, 70,000. Basically the 70,000 above the Kármán line sort of test. That's what I'd like to do. So after 25,000, maybe go to like 72,000. And then start looking at the belly flop and how that affects our dynamics. And then from there also, like I said before, basically constantly calculate our needed thrust with respect to time for our hover slam. So that way we can also account for throttle during that time as well. And that should allow us to kind of hit that 90 meter mark, I'm pretty sure. If we're constantly calculating the time that we need to burn at that rate and then match that output to our throttle, that could be pretty interesting, actually. The only issue I see with that, but again, we account for it with a reduced required burn time. It should actually be fine. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how that turns out. That's what I want to know. How would that turn out? Mass before landing to burn? Yeah, it should be. It should be. Because we fill it up every time. Well, I guess, you know, if we go higher, we burn longer, so that's not exactly true, so it won't be exactly perfect every time, but so long as our terminal velocity is near the same, like our thrust to weight ratio, of course, is going to prolong our time to burn, but if we always burn at basically terminal velocity, and our terminal velocity is always roughly the same, then our drag scale should not change very much at some point. It should plateau at some point, right? Is what I'm getting at. Just has to be perfect enough? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Successful boop. Okay. Every freaking time. Oh, it's right there. Come on now. There you go. Okay. I don't know why it does that, and that's so odd. All right, there we go. Now for this one. All right, so we're only gonna get 3 flights out of it then. Oh no, never mind, we have more here. Yeah, so we should be able to get one more flight in, I think. I think we should be able to get one more flight in. It'll be somewhat close, I think. This is flight number 3 here. All right. This goes back to its arbitrary safe distance. Oh, just barely enough room, chat. All right, this seems good enough. Okay. Let's see how it does. All right, so 25,000. We're going to keep the same parameter here at 0.4. See if we hit our, yep, okay. 25,000, and we are go for launch. This is now going to be 25,000. And at 0.43. We're just going to keep the same exact one. No, I'm sorry, 0.4. Yeah, that's right. We did 0.43. We should have increased it because we basically said, oh, we started a little bit too high. You know what? I'm going to bring that to 2. I think I'm going to bring that to 2. Yeah. Yeah, 5% increase. Okay. Just making sure. It's a 5% increase instead of, yeah, I don't want to go too high. 5% increase even is like, you know. Okay. Here we go, chat. 25,000 meter test. Do it. Plan to gear up. Looking for an apoapsis around 25 kilometers. Of course, that apoapsis needs to be 25 kilometers surface altitude. Okay, should be coming up on it. Good. Oh wow, we can actually go way more. Good to know. See if I can't do this artificially here. There we go. We'll go a couple 100 meters too high. No worries. Okay, arresting our fall. Nice. That's actually, look at that. It's actually tracking. It was tracking. Yeah, that controller's a little bit too fast. I actually might put a low pass filter over it or just tune the PID a little bit more. But it's actually quite good. It was very fast to respond. Okay, we're trying to stay steady here on our roll axis. It's definitely a little bit... I'm sure it's definitely difficult here because we have a lot of body lift being generated by this vehicle. I hope we land in a okay spot. Like I said before, we might have to start curving our trajectory a little bit to make sure we land roughly near the same spot before we get into the whole GNC side of, well, I should say the guidance and navigation side of pinpoint landings. Yeah, we're gonna come pretty far away from where we were. Okay, so we are not quite the same. We are hitting, okay, actually. Not bad. Uh-oh. Okay, stand by. Wow, alright. Hit that critical Mach. Really created a lot of drag there. Uh-oh. I don't... okay. It's gonna work. Might be okay here. Oh, that's looking really good. Look at that. Oh, that's like money. Not bad, actually. All of that was autonomous, except for this part. I'm manually controlling the lateral. It's controlling the throttle. How about that? Not too shabby. Yeah, I saw that, Captain Failure. I saw that. Boop. Touchdown. Yeah, we can definitely probably work a little bit with the gains on our controller, but they're really actually not too shabby. Yeah, a little overexcited. Probably means either lower proportional or most likely needs to lower the integral. Or maybe even add a little bit of derivative in there. There's a couple ways to solve that. This is our vertical velocity. Look at that. Yeah, this is our vertical velocity tracker. Not bad, actually. Oh, that's so cool. There we go. Easy peasy, chat. Stabilize it at 125. Yeah, not bad. And with some velocity remaining. I think that might be the answer, chat, though. Like, in all honesty, if you guys saw that, that actually might be the answer. We should belly flop. We should belly flop every time. If we're above a certain altitude, of course. It probably doesn't make sense to belly flop lower than 10,000 meters. But yeah, there should definitely be a belly flop. Alright, so I'm thinking that's pretty good in terms of our stuff here. So at 25,000, 0.42, it definitely seemed to be pretty good, even though we did belly flop. But that overall value seems to be alright. And that seems to be roughly, you know, where we hit terminal velocity at some point. So, that's not what I want. Yeah. I don't know if there's going to be any curve or anything like that that we can really fit to this. It's not a lot of data points. Like, I think it might be easy just to do it as is. Trend line. But trend line exponential. Yeah, like, not a whole lot of stuff that we can do with the trend line right now, just because, like, there's so few data points. Yeah, not really. Not with such few data points. Yeah, interesting. So I think we can actually work with this. Okay. Belly flop incoming? Indeed. Okay. One second. How do we do that, actually? That should be pretty easy to implement. I need it to be after we hover. After here, we should have vessel.autopilot.target pitch equals 0. Vessel.autopilot.target roll equals 0. So that's it falling. And then once we hit a certain altitude, yeah, it should be once we hit a certain altitude, flip over. So if talim.surface altitude is less than, say, 8,000 meters, then we do vessel.autopilot.target pitch equals 90. I could also do target direction, but target pitch should be fine. That might work, actually. All right, let's get the refueling truck over here and go for one more flight. Same altitude, same everything. I just want to do the belly flop now and see if that works. Okay. There it is. This might be a trek, actually. Oh, and I don't have any control. Like, why would I? Debugging console input locks. Clear all input locks. No, doesn't do anything. I clearly do have control. I just don't have. Wait, what? There we go. For a second, it didn't show that I had control. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, wait. I don't have a probe core in this thing. I totally thought I had a probe core in this thing like the other one. Never mind, chat. Silly goober. Silly rocket guy. I need to go this way. Okay. Well, that's gonna be a minute, chat. It's gonna be a trek. It's gonna be a trek out there. You know what we should also do is have a target. Yeah. One second. Let me do a couple things here for this next flight. I want to target heading of -0.02, and this should maybe be 89. Not 59. Jesus. 89. Okay. Maybe. I don't know how badly this is gonna throw us off. But one thing that we're gonna have to figure out, right, is what the safe way is to burn out our horizontal velocity, and I'm not exactly sure. I need to figure out a way to put limits on our pitch in one reference frame with respect to a vector of our velocity in the other reference frame. Right? Because our velocity that we care about is with respect to our surface velocity reference frame, our surface reference frame. No, I'm sorry, our surface velocity. Actually, can we get our velocity in our current reference frame? Because if so, then that might be easier. And then instead of just angling ourselves with respect to that velocity vector, right, basically the other green side, our anti-velocity direction, right? I need to put a limit on my pitch with respect to that. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Because what we're going to have to worry about here is if we are angling even at 1 degree, that means we're going to come down with a velocity that's not aligned with our vertical. We're already seeing that happen, right? We are already landing, even though we're going straight up, essentially, with some sort of component of our velocity being in the horizontal plane. So we're not just coming straight back down, we are actually moving sideways in some way, shape, or form. So that means that we need to try and null out that velocity in some way, shape, or form. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, how do we actually, what's the best way to actually get that done? Not sure off the top of my head yet. Okay, move that to there. Okay. And here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and fill it up from here and see what that gets us. Oh, wow, that actually fills up completely. That's fantastic. Okay, well that was actually perfect. We get 4 flights, easy peasy. How about that? Yep. Gosh dang it, every freaking time, chat. Let's pretend that the belly flop was intentional. It was! It totally was. Alright, so we're gonna go over here behind this tree that is not collidable, so it bears us lots of protection. Alright, arbitrary safe distance achieved. Go ahead and F5. All right, so this will be our first attempt at a belly flop. I do roll back, right? Yeah, okay, I'm making sure that I have it going back to 90. Because if we didn't, we'd be hurting and in a lot of pain. Oh, so much pain. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. Oh, you know what I didn't do? That I meant to do, chat? I needed to, well, it's not important. I wanted to change this a little bit here. I guess it needs to be like 0.9 or so. I don't know. Actually, it does need to be less. It totally needs to be less. Okay. Oh. No matter. Yeah, no clipping, exactly. Really? Why is the yaw control being so weird right now? Are we off balance? Why are we off balance? No, we're not. Oh, that's the same. Okay. Whew. Oh, right, because we were going at an angle of 89. That's right. That probably wasn't enough, now that I'm looking at it. Nope, that was not enough. Noted. That needs to be more. Gotcha. Okay. Oh. Oops. Gonna land somewhere over here. Not great. Could be better. Not gonna lie. Could be definitely better. Let's go ahead and increase that a little bit. We needed to get up to 25, preferably. Yeah, that needs to be less. This seems pretty good. All right, there we go. It going a little bit crazy there, but it is tracking. It's tracking, chat. It is trying to get to 25,000. Look at that. All right, yeah, we definitely need to back that off on the integral. A little bit too crazy, but it is actually, look at that. It's so stable. The throttle's not stable, but oh, snap. Okay. Yeah. I guess we're in it, chat. I guess we're in it. Huh. Yeah, good. All right then. That's nice. I wonder if I can burn a little bit to go back. Can I? Oh, I can't. Not without changing my heading. That's actually kind of funny. I would like to park maybe a little bit on the beach here. If that's any in. Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. I may have just completely screwed myself, but hey, no matter. That's why we test, chat. That's why we test. You didn't say the magic word. Yeah, very true. FTS would probably be great to activate, but you know, hey, we're gonna let it ride because we have range safety, so we're good. Wow, it's actually very stable here. Look at the control authority that we're giving out here. Wow, that is impressive. There's the flip. Holy mackerel. Okay. Wow, I could actually make that flip way later. I can make it like 5,000. Okay. Okay, there's our burn start. Oh god. Oh jeepers, I don't think we have this one. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, not enough. Not enough. I think when it started tilting at that high Mach number, I think that confused the calculator because it was creating way more drag, and then all of a sudden it straightened out and it was like, oh god, we gotta burn now. Hit at 45, huh? Interesting, interesting. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Also, chat? I wonder if that actually is true. That would have been more. Oh, it is. It totally is. Huh. Yeah, that totally is. Interesting. All right, so my thought process here is we basically came out of that right at 8,000 meters, right? Because we were at terminal velocity going horizontal, belly flopping, and then we came out of it to vertical at 8,000, which probably means we were more in this regime, closer to this regime than we were in this regime, right? Yeah, we were basically falling from 8,000 meters instead of, yeah, because we were belly flopping. So that changes that. Interesting. So that means our drag scale, if we belly flop, yeah, it probably needs to be closer to this number. Like if we make ourselves belly flop to 5,000 meters, we might need to take our drag scale to this effect. Because we're going to have a different terminal velocity when we flip back. Yeah, I think what might actually completely negate all of this is calculating our required thrust at 90% and then making that a PID. Yeah, that... There's ways around this. It was transonic? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Definitely ways to improve. Also, here's our throttle response. That's funny. There are ways around that for sure. Interesting. Yeah, Uncle Bill, 100% we could. God, that's going to be so much though. Like even just doing that is going to require so much work to get that implemented. Because we're going to have to do some sort of like proportional navigation or something like that, maybe. Even if just not that, we're going to have some play with the reference frames. Oh, I don't know how exactly we're gonna have to do that, because we're gonna have to do coordinate transformations in between our body reference frame with respect to ECI frame, or I guess it's just a Kerbal-centered inertial frame. So with respect to control systems, right, you have to be very careful which reference frame you're using, and you can use different coordinates to generate your controls to account for whatever you want to do. So like for instance, if you want to do waypoints, right, waypoint control going to and from different targets, you would set up your waypoints and your control in ECI frame, Earth-centered inertial frame, and then you would change that control output from the ECI frame, and you would basically do a coordinate transformation to then get that in your body frame, which is where your controller is. You're flying your vehicle in body frame. That's going to be interesting. There's a lot of work that has to get into that. I might have to do some research off stream just to make sure I'm thinking about this correctly, but I'm pretty sure I am. Anyways, I think that's a fair stopping point. What do you say, chat? So yeah, bring it in, chat. Bring it in nice and close. That is going to have to do it for me this evening because I got work in the morning, as I'm sure some of y'all do as well, because it's Monday. Woo! It's Monday. Yeah, woo! So anyways, with it being Monday, I do plan on streaming today, probably around the same time, like 8 p.m. Eastern time. Might be able to get on sooner, but that remains to be seen. But tomorrow we will work on the belly flop. We'll work on the belly flop and hopefully expanding our flight envelope to 70 kilometers to make it a truly suborbital flight. And then we also need to maybe try and implement that thrust to weight calculator with a PID controller. Might be interesting. There are improvements to be made for sure, chat. A lot of improvements to be made. Yeah. Well, anyways, like I said, that's going to do it to me. Have a wonderful Monday wherever you may be, chat, and we will talk about this some more tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.